Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to a brand new video here today and another episode of the Veloce Esports Squad Sprint League here today. This is the Canadian Grand Prix at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, but if you guys missed the last episode at Monza, as you can see on screen, it was absolutely chucking it down and it was the first wet race of the season, so it'll be linked in the top right hand corner of your screen if you want to go check out the video, guys, because it was a crazy race and yeah, I really recommend you watch it because like I said, it was the first wet race of the season. But today we are here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Canada, and as always we have the same settings for this race. Round number 9 out of 12, so there's 4 races to go, 3 more after this one as we get towards now the closing stages of the season. 25% race distance, damage is on, and regular track limits, and those track limits are going to be pretty interesting to see in this race. But Vizor is P1 on the grid here today, Ryan and LT3 alongside him in the Toro Rosso, Thibaut Courtois in 3rd place for the Renault team with Niren alongside him in P4 for the McLarens. Then it's Isaac Gillison P5 with Joe Wilkes alongside him in P6. Then we have Arav in P7 and Hayden Gullis alongside him on the 4th row. Then it's my teammate Raggy in 9th place with Chambolok Bassi in 10th place and running at the top half of the table. Then it's ourselves P11 with a Storm alongside us there on row number 6. Then it's Alice Gillon P13, Tyrrell Limitless P14 in the other Alfa Romeo. And then we have Simon Weigang P15 with James Baldwin alongside him. And then finally we have Veloce Formula Danny 17th and Hypers, the championship leader, in 18th place. And as always, the grid in reverse championship order. And also worth noting, in this race, Timothy Marduk or Ben is actually missing for this race. He actually overslept and he'll be joining us later on in terms of a spectator role, but he won't be racing today, so there's a massive chance for us to get some points back on him in the championship. And we're starting from P11 on the medium compound tyres. And here we go. Let's get ready for the start of the race. 5 lights are on for the Canadian Grand Prix as the sun starts to shine and we are racing, and we get a great start off the line getting past Chambolok Bassi. We're also going to get the run on Hayden, but behind us Storm with a phenomenal start. He goes through the middle as we got Renault spinning off there, but a really good start from Veloce Storm. We go around the outside of turn 1 trying to find some space, and right there we've got Arav on the right hand side in the Ferrari. We're going to try and go around the outside here into the chicane. There's a light bit of contact, but we just about get away with it. I have to be careful and I let Arav take the position, but now Storm is coming back at us around the outside. He goes, and I have to give that one up. I tried to go for the switchback, but we kind of get blocked off on the exit, and because of that poor exit now Chambolok Bassi in the Red Bull is trying to get back past and is trying to reclaim his position. I'm giving him some space. He goes very wide into the corner. We just about avoid front wing damage. We have to have a little bit of a correction midway through, and now we're under pressure from Formula Danny, of course, the man who's second in the championship. As we go to the hairpin, I go defensive. I'm going to try and cover the inside. We just about avoid hitting Chem on the entry, and we get a nice bit of traction just cutting across the nose of the Alfa Romeo. But Danny is on the soft compound tyres, so he's going to be one to watch out for here in this race, as we're now on P10 at the minute at the end of lap number 1. We go into the chicane. Danny, I believe, is going to appear, and he's going to get those soft tyres out of the way early. He's going to go for the mediums, and we're going to continue on our way. Currently P10, we've got Veloce Storm in front, who has been overtaken by Chambolok Bassi, and the Red Bull driver making progress here. There's contact in turn 1. 3 cars go sideways, and there's more contact kind of on the exit of the corner, and that gives us 2 positions as we get past Storm and Niren. And now we're giving Arav a challenge here as we go into the chicane one more time. We try around the outside, but no way through just yet. And now Alex Gillon behind is in the Red Bull. He's in the soft tyres as well, as we now get a VSC for the race, and we did a pretty good job here because on the restart we got ourselves right into the back of Arav and straight away putting him under pressure. Arav gave me just about enough room as we almost get put to the grass into the hairpin. Arav stays in front for now, but we are right on his gearbox. No DRS just yet, and we need to try and get past because Alex behind us is on the soft tyres and he's going to be on the faster rubber, and we do get past Arav there quite comfortably on the back straight and get the job done there for P7, and we can now push on after Chambolok Bassi, or so I thought, but then out of nowhere, Arav with an absolutely incredible run out of the chicane. I believe he got a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corner, because it completely caught me off how he just got straight back past, because I had a pretty good chicane, but it turns out he got the corner an absolute treat, and that gave him the run and he regained the position. And once again, I'm trying to get past it. Yellow flag behind. We go down the inside this time, but Arav still committing, and all of this was just costing me so much time because I got the move done cleanly on the back strip, but we're just losing time hand over fist here trying to get past him, and we're being held up even more here. And now we've got Simon Weigang, the Esports driver, in the Renault as Arav gets loose. That's going to ruin my exit, and now Simon Weigang is going to go by, and all this battling is costing me time as now Tyrrell Limitless is also looking to get involved in the action. And you know, we could have been long gone by now. We could have been a couple of seconds up the road if Arav hadn't cut the chicane, but instead we're still trapped in this battle as we go down into the hairpin here. Someone Vinegang to the outside, a very deep line into the hairpin there. He comes back on the switchback and he's going to get the run on Arif. We're trying to pick up the slipstream and we're going to get the DRS as well. Also JD behind us in the Alfa Romeo looking for the move as we pick up the slipstream here. Can we get a move on Arif into the final chicane? Not quite, as Ben joins the session and also my teammate, the other Ben, Raggy pits, but we've had a good exit out of the final corner. We're now tucked in with DRS behind now. We're going to try and look for a move. He defends the inside. We're going to look around the outside as we've got a car spinning at turn 1. It's Joe or Eterno in the racing point. We just about get squeezed into the apex. There's a bit of contact on the exit as we're side by side with him as we go down into the chicane. We're at the inside line. There's contact though again, and we're going towards the wall, and Joe hits the wall. He's out of the race. We get full front wing damage and we lose our front wing, but Joe is out of the race. Somehow we survived and we didn't get DNF, but we are down to P9 and we need a full front wing replacement. And as you can see, the safety car has been deployed, so we're going to box. And I got screwed over by the game here because I originally had the soft tyres selected, but the game, I think because I broke my front wing, it kind of reset itself and it overruled my tyre choice and it put me onto the hard tyres, which was absolute disaster. As we do get a front wing change, we're going to drop quite a few positions here getting this wing fixed, as it's a 8.3 pit stop there. But in that instant, you know, I felt like it was side by side. In my opinion, Joe should have backed out, but you know, it's racing and sometimes you get things wrong. Either way, we survived and we was a bit lucky this time. But again, had we just stayed in front of Arif, we wouldn't have been long gone. We wouldn't have never been involved in this battle. Instead, we've lost a heap of time. We're back down to P12. We do rejoin just in front of Veloce Storm, but I'm going to make a decision here, and my teammate recommended this to me, Raggy, on comms. He said, why don't you come in again and put the soft tyres on? So that's exactly what I did. I decided to go for the faster rubber because the hard tyres are really slow around here and you don't really want them on the car. So we're going to pit the very next lap, and this time we are going to get the soft tyres put onto the car. It is going to be a bit of a stretch in terms of getting these to the end, but we should be okay. The problem is now, though, we are down to P15 and everybody has done their pit stops. So it's going to be tricky, but we're going to try and fight our way through. We have 13 laps, more or less, depending on when the safety car pits in, but it should be about 12 racing laps to try and get ourselves into the points, maybe even further. So here we are, getting ready for the safety car restart. We've got Ryan in front of us, and there's something really weird happened here. There was some kind of contact. Multiple cars got tangled up, and you can see here debris everywhere, a bit messy. We get an illegal overtake on Ryan, so we have to let him go. And that does mean, again, our restart has been compromised, and we've lost even more time. We've got Veloce James behind, who we know is an extremely fast driver, but straight away, you know, I'm not in a mess about. I've got the fresh soft tyres on. You know, we've got to get down to business and try and make these overtakes. So straight away, I had to get my head down. And, you know, we've had too many incidents this race where we've lost too much time. We need a bit of luck on our side as Ryan takes a massive chunk out of that chicane. I think he's got wing damage because of the contact on the restart, so I'll let him off for that one. But here we go into the left-right chicane of, I believe, turns 5 and 6, 6 and 7. I'm not quite sure what the order is, but we're getting very, very loose on the exit there, trying to keep the rear tyres under control. I think James behind also has wing damage, so we should be okay for now. As we go into the chicane, though, we get a very nice run, trying to keep it always within track limits. And here we go, down to the hairpin. Looks like Ryan's going to get the run on the McLaren of, I believe that could be Visa. I might be wrong. They're going side by side, though, into the hairpin. There's almost contact between the Renault and the Toro Rosso, but yeah, it is Visa as Ryan goes by. We're going to follow him through, use the fresh tyres, and we progress up to 13th place. Now we're going to try and tuck in to the slipstream of the Toro Rosso, using the slipstream from the car in front of us to try and make a move here into the final chicane, and we try and go around the outside. It's very, very close. We just about pull it off. Ryan, again, he gets back past that Arif. He cuts the chicane, but Ryan does back off and lets me go away as he should do. So fair play to Ryan for that one, and we progress up into P12, and now we can get on with our race as we're almost near to the points. Thibaut Courtois is the next car. He's on the hard tyres, so we're going to have a massive benefit on these soft compound tyres at the moment. So we're going to try and make full use of that and try and get past the Real Madrid #1 goalkeeper as we make our way into the start of Sector 2. Thibaut running it a little bit wide, they're missing the apex, and that's going to give us the opportunity and the invitation to try and get close to him. No DRS just yet, but we are going to creep on the inside and go side by side with the Renault driver, and then on the brakes, nice and late, picking up our apex. A little bit deep to be fair, but we just about keep under control. Thibaut looking for the switchback, but we cover it nicely, and we're back up to P11. And at this point, the next car is Arab, and once again, I'm having flashbacks to the start of the race, but I think Arab had a penalty due to the contact under the safety car restart, so therefore he has to pit. and serve some kind of penalty, I believe. So that is going to give us P10, and we don't have to tackle Arav once again. We're now tucked in behind Alex Gillon, and this time the roles have reversed. I'm on the soft tyre, he's in the medium, and we're going to see how this pans out. There's Hayden in front of him, and then my teammate Raggy in front of him. So all three of these guys, I've got the pace, I can definitely get past them, as now we skip on to lap 11, and Alex Gillon goes for a massive dive on Raggy in the inside there, and he actually does a good job of not having too much contact, a little bit of contact there, but generally speaking it was an okay move. We are going to try and look for a move on our teammate. I was hoping to give Raggy the chance to fight back, that's why I went to the outside. I didn't want to ruin his rhythm, because we're talking on comms, and I said to Raggy, listen, try and go for the move, I'll just wait. But in the end, he couldn't get it done, so we agreed to do the little switcheroo and let me go by on the inside of the hairpin. And now we're going to crack on with this, use the soft tyres, and try and maybe get past Alex and also Hayden and see if we can improve. Also, Isaac Gillison, I believe, is a little bit further ahead in the Williams up the road. So there's quite a few places up for grabs in this race, and there's still about 6 to 7 laps to go. So it's looking good as we go through the final chicane here. We're trying to carry the speed and catch up to these guys, as Alex Gillon now putting the pressure on Hayden Gullis into turn 1. Is there going to be a move? Alex has a look, he does go for it. Hayden leaves the door wide open, and that was a very easy move there for Alex Gillon as he picks up 7th place, and Hayden quite comfortably letting that one go. So now we're going to have to make progress and not let Alex get away, because he's pretty fast. So we're going to try and get past Hayden ASAP, getting a good run through the chicane in the slipstream. We're going to go absolutely down the inside, sending it, trying to have no contact, keeping it nice and clean, and job done. P8 is ours, and we can get back onto hunting Alex Gillon in the Red Bull. I believe he has some small wing damage. If I'm not mistaken, he has been understeering quite a bit in certain corners, and you can see he's struggling there to kind of hit the apex and just running a bit wide and not really sticking to the racing line. But we're now behind Karki or Kamil Pavlovsky in the Williams, and Alex is going to try for a move as we get really, really close. We're actually going to get the run and go to the outside into the left-hander again, but Alex gives us a big squeeze, and that is proper racing, that is, in terms of, the car on the outside has the worst line. So Alex given a bit of a squeeze there, which is all fair in love and war, as we now make our way down to the next chicane, this time the right-left combo, and Alex is definitely much quicker than Karki. Wing damage or not, he has more pace, and he's looking like he's going to go for a move here, possibly into the chicane. Does go for it, late on the brakes, down the inside, and Karki on the switchback actually does a beautiful switchback on Alex Gillon there, really, really nice, and that was a textbook maneuver, but Alex does have the DRS, as do I, and we're going to get the benefit of the double slipstream here. And look at this from us now. We're gaining, and we're still going, and we are going to get really close to Alex Gillon, but we're going to send it around the outside and make the move on Karki. Bit of a corner car as Alex hits the wall again, this time getting even more wing damage, and we are all over the back of him. We're going to try and look for the move on the outside of turn 1. We're going to try the exact same overtake, but again, Alex covers it off. Also, maybe some understeer due to the wing damage. It's definitely going to compound his misery in terms of the lack of front end grip. But having said that, we're P7, and if we can get this move done, we'll be up to P6. And again, we were trying to get the pressure on. At this point, my soft tyres were starting to really show their age. The rears were going a lot around here, and it was starting to kind of balance out. The mediums were starting to get a bit better. But then into the chicane, Alex pushed a bit too hard. He really hits the wall heavily this time, and that is going to be a very easy move. Thank you very much. And we take the P6, and eventually, under pressure and also wing damage, Alex eventually has to give up and let me go. And there we go, P6 for us in this race. And after being P15 with the wing damage after the safety car period, it's a very good recovery from us. And in a race where Tim and Marduk did not race here today, we are on course to score 8 World Championship points as Formula Danny picks up the win. And we're going to come through the final chicane, and we're going to be the first of the non-esports drivers to cross the line in what is going to be one of my better races this season, and I believe it's my best finish so far this season, if I'm not mistaken. So I will take that. That is a personal best in terms of race results. I think we match our P6 from Austria, I think we might even got P7 in Austria, to be fair. So I think that is my best finish of the season overall so far. I might be wrong, but either way, you guys can let me know in the comments, as I'm sure some of you guys are keeping track. But in terms of the final results, Danny Belezhny picks up the win, Saman Vargang is in second, and Cem Bolak-Bassi in third place. Tyrrell Limitless P4 with Veloce Hypers down in 5th place. So in the end, I believe he got some kind of penalty and he got pushed down to P5. That is a massive one for the championship as Danny picks up 15 points over Hypers. We come home P6, best of the rest, ahead of Alex Dillon, Hayden Gullis, and also James Baldwin in the end, P9 in the Haas, and my teammate Raggy holding out for a single point. And overall, double points again from the Mercedes team. A good job and a good day at the office, but I couldn't help but think, had we not got caught up with Arav at the start of the race, and, how things could have panned out, it would have been a very, very different race. And, we was battling with, Chem and Tyrrell Limitless. We could have been right up there. Either way, in terms of the second half of the table, we have Isaac Gillison, P11 for the Williams team. Thibaut Courtois in the end finishes in 12th ahead of Veloce Storm or Tom Lartelo. He's in 13th place. Niren 14th with Vizza in 15th. Both of the McLarens are bringing up the rear. And then Arif, of course, DNFing from the race here today ahead of Ryan 83, also DNF'd, and Turno, who of course we had contact with, and that was what caused the safety car earlier on in the Grand Prix. And then finally we have Camille in a did not start position, and then finally Benjamin Daly did not start, of course, as well. And I've just realised after all this time that I was talking about the wrong Williams. The Williams was Isaac Gillison, not Karki, but my bad. Either way, in terms of the Drivers' Championship then, so Danny Berejne retakes the lead and he's 5 points clear of Tomek in second place. James Baldwin, third place. He's now dropped off quite a bit from the leaders and he's no longer really a championship contender unless he can pick up a win in the next couple of races. Simon Weigang, P4, who overtakes Ben for P4, and Ben drops down to P5. And then we've got Tyrrell Limitless in P6 with Chempolok Bassi behind him in 7th, and it's Gillon in 8th place, and both Red Bull drivers on 41 points each. And we're only 2 points behind them, so we're in the money, we're in the mix, and we're closing in. And at the minute, there's a P7 on the cards for us if we can get some good results in the final couple of races as we extend our gap over Veloce Storm, who is P10 in the house. So it's looking good. We struggled at first, but that was probably my best race of the season. Austria was a good race for us, but we was out of sync due to the safety car. And we've had contact or issues in every single race so far. And even this one, it was a very scruffy race, but we managed to get a clean second half, and that has given us our highest points tally of the season with 8. And that has really helped us out in the championship, which is absolutely massive for us. And I cannot complain. That is a really, really good result. But we're now going to move into the second half of the table because, of course, every team or every car has 2 drivers. And in this case, my teammate Raggy has been shuffled down to P11. But having said that, he's got 20 points to his name. And mine and his points tally combined does make it look very good for us in the Constructors' Championship. Hayden Gullis, P12 with 16 points. And then we have a 3-way tie between Arif, Karki and Eterno, all of them on 10 points. And that's going to be a tasty little battle moving forward. Isaac Gillison a little bit further back, and he has got 6 points. So again, he was running in P6 today, but due to contact, he wasn't able to score points. And then of course we have Niren on 5, and then I believe Ryan on 1. But in terms of the Constructors' Championship, finally, Alfa Romeo are pretty much there. They've got 1 hand or 1.5 hands on the Constructors' Championship. Toro Rosso 10 points ahead of Haas. That's a good little battle moving forward. Renault in P4 pretty much by themselves. And then to be fair, Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, it's still up for grabs. I think me and Raggy can definitely do it. Are struggling for form at the minute in the Ferrari. Ben didn't turn up today, and Chem and Alex have some certain inconsistencies about them, so it could happen. I think we can close that gap. We've definitely left Racing Point behind now, which is good, as the Williams are P9 and McLaren are in 10th with 5 points to their name. But guys, that's going to be it for Veloce Squad Sprint here today. My voice is pretty much gone. I'm going to go get a drink. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it and subscribe if you are new for daily Formula 1 content, and also turn on notifications to not miss any videos from me. And finally, check out the 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But there's it from me here today at the Secret Gilles Villeneuve, and I'll see you guys in the next one very soon for what I believe will be the Azerbaijan Grand Prix at Baku. But until then, guys, see you next time.